Hello, and welcome to week 8 of the Peasant Pork Podcast. I think everyone is excited for this week because we have finally hit the mid-season, and I think we can have a real idea of who is real and who is fake. And I think you're going to like it because Pez has a new shaved head, and he's a few pounds lighter, from what I hear.
And he's still wearing the Seahawks talk from last night.
Yeah. Bez is looking happy. Look at that. Wait, I don't think that's Russell Wilson's number, is it?
Not a chance.
So, Bez, how are you, mate? Long time no see.
Yeah, I'm not bad, mate. I'm not bad. Yourself?
I can't complain. And even if I did complain, I don't think anyone is going to listen.
You can't complain. The Cowboys destroyed the Rams. I'm happy with you. Happy with you today.
Cowboys season. It's one of those things that'll make an alcoholic drink more. Yeah. So I guess you're happy with the results this weekend?
Nearly had a heart attack, but we got there. We got over the line.
How you feeling about the season prospects with the Seahawks and the Niners and the Rams as a whole?
The Rams, like I said, they're slowly regressing. I think there's just too many young pieces. Burnout's naturally going to happen. They'll win some more games. There's some winnable games, but yeah, I don't think they're not going to be as close in the West as what they have been so far. The Niners, they've lost 3 in a row.
I could be wrong on my. I was bullish on the Rams with Rich Eisen, but he picked the Raiders last season, so I guess that should have been my clue. But what do you think? Do you think the Rams winning 9 games is realistic?
No.
How many games do you think the Seahawks will win?
It really pees me off because we should be 6-1.
Don't be telling me 12. All right.
Right. So if I'm going to be unbiased and fair, because the majority of people will be like, we'll get beat off the Ravens next week. So we've got 5 wins as it is. So I'll just quickly run through them. We'll beat the Commanders. We'll beat the Rams. We're going to at least win one of them Niners games.
Wait. I'm going to type this out in the chat box. So you got the Commanders, yeah?
Yeah. The Rams.
And who's after the Commanders? The Rams?
The Rams. And then we go into that 4-week stretch of the 49ers, Cowboys, 49ers, Eagles. If I'm going to be unbiased, I reckon, and with the way we're playing, as long as Gino can sort his shit, at least we'll go 2-2 in that stretch.
I think
we'll go 2-2 in that stretch.
You know why? It's a divisional game.
You're going to lose to the Rams.
I don't think the Rams are going to lose 5 in a row.
No, we're not going to lose.
I think that Rams game is prime Seahawk upset territory.
No, we've had the prime Seahawk upset territory in week 1. They're not going to do it again. This defense is just too good. Matthew Stafford is literally showing what he shows every year. The injuries are starting to happen. Once he capitulates out, the Rams are nothing anymore. It doesn't matter if you've got Cooper Kupp, but if you don't have a quarterback to throw to him, Brett Rippon ain't the answer. You saw that last night. He may have come in an unfortunate circumstance, but he's still not good enough. Our defense are destroying at the moment. I'm bullish about that. So out of the four games, I reckon we'll at least win 2. So that's 4 wins. And then I think we'll beat the Titans, the Steelers, and the Cardinals to finish off.
Oh,
so that's 7.
I think you'll lose to the Steelers.
So 12.
The Steelers is a prime loss. Yeah.
Not if it's Mitchell Trubisky by that point. We'll destroy him. This is the funny thing. So, not to just poke at you before we get into the show, it's a funny thing because I listen to fantasy podcasts and other people talk about the Seahawks, and they clearly don't watch the full game because I don't think people, except for Seahawks fans, are bought into how good our defense is looking right now. Like, we should have been.
Great. You still have Geno Smith, which I'm going to say he's a top 15 QB right now. But he's still Geno Smith.
But he's not playing like one right now. So this is the thing. Our defense kept us in last night's game. They won us the game. The really nice thing about last night's game was Geno did the game-winning drive. Now, if he takes that, builds upon it, with the way this defense is playing, if he can get back to a fraction of the steady performance of Geno last year, we could be an unstoppable force. We really could. I'm very. You can call me biased, but I'm bullish that we do have a team on our hands. Whether we can withstand an Eagles attack, one of them teams, is yet to be seen. But we're going to find out, aren't we?
So, I want to ask you, now I want you to think really deep, really hard in your heart about this, all right? If Russell Wilson had retired and not gone to the Broncos, would you say he was a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yeah.
Because right now he's not. It's obvious. But if he retired and did not go to the Broncos, would he have been a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're right. Is he today?
I do.
Is he today?
Do you know the funny thing about Russ is because everyone loves to hate him, no one's actually sitting back and looking at his statistics on the season and realizing that he hasn't been that bad. And
he's like number 8 or 9 in fantasy point scoring, and people hate him. And I'm like, hey, I'll trade a third for him. Give him to me.
The way he played against the Chiefs. Do you know what's so weird about Russell Wilson is what he's doing at the moment is it's like when he had Doug Baldwin and Jermaine Kearse in his team from the early days. It's like it took him so long to realize that they are so good. And he's doing that with the Broncos, but now he's like this game against the Chiefs. Like Courtland Sutton we had
Courtland Sutton as one of our, is he going to be the guy you play, right?
Yeah.
The bench guy.
And we did say for where you draft him or where you pick him up as a flex, he's doing his job.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're not relying on him to be wide receiver 2. A wide receiver 3, Sutton is awesome.
Yeah. Right? Like in my main league, I lost Justin Jefferson and my wide receivers. I had Courtland Sutton and I dropped him. And to be honest, yeah.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
Sutton is always worth at least a late round second. Why would you drop him? Someone will give you a late second or an early third.
No, my home league trade. You know what it's like in a home league with all your friends and your brothers. No one trades for anything. No one trades for anything.
They're not going to help you, are they? All right, let's get off in this. Let's go to the trades, Johnny. What do we got? Oh, I like this one. It's one of my best mates, Duke Mueller.
What was he thinking?
Mueller. Mueller. I don't know how you say that.
Mueller.
But I do know from some inside information that he is not a Jordan Love fan. But in this trade, he is getting Jordan Love and Sky Moore for Sam Howell and Tyler Boyd. And I got to say, Sam Howell just scored 40 points. Tyler Boyd, I'm not certain how many he got, but
He got a touchdown.
Did it? Yeah.
Tyler Boyd scored 15 points, and
Sky Moore, how did he get? How many points did Sky Moore get?
Not a lot, but he didn't even play him. He played Jordan Love. Jordan Love scored 19 points. Sam Howell scored 46. But
week one, obviously, Aberdeen Bucks got the win on this. But let's not talk about week one. Let's talk about the next 8 weeks.
But then Aberdeen Bucks didn't actually play Sam Howell, but he still won. So
I'm giving 100% without a doubt. I don't really need to hear what you're saying, Pez, but I am going to hear. I'm just going to tell you what I think. I think Sam Howell, Tyler Boyd is the hands-down winner. Aberdeen fleeced Duke on this. What are your thoughts?
I totally agree. I saw this in the show notes, and I was like, at first, because I just saw the players, and I thought, I'm intrigued to see what Duke's team's like, because for him to take them to, he must have the players. He must be like one of the top guys. And then he's 3-4. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I totally agree with you. Aberdeen Bucks, daylight robbery. Robbery.
Duke doesn't like Jordan Love. I literally tried to trade Jordan Love to Duke, I think 2 weeks ago for a second. And he's like, nah, I don't like Jordan Love. And then he does this trade. I'm wondering if it's because of his 3-4 record. He's trying to shake up some things.
Yeah, EW Kicks is hit the nail on the head. Boyd scored more points than Higgins last night, and Sky Moore is droppable. I don't get it, because Tyler Boyd in that offense, it's I don't know if it's any worse, because he can have himself a game like last night for the position where it was like flex spot. But Sky Moore, it's like one game a season. Like I just don't get it.
Sky Moore is not. Anyone that has Sky Moore on their roster must be at the bottom. And they're just hoping that he catches fire, right? I mean, no title contender.
He's had a nightmare.
No title contender is having Sky Moore on their roster.
He's already got Rusty Rice on his team. Why is he? He's been paid off. Aberdeen Bucks must be going for the win. He's like,
I will stand by Duke's morals. Duke does not make trades. Because Duke has told me he has spreadsheets out and he has numbers. He analyzes everything.
He must have had his spreadsheet upside down when he made this trade.
Do you know Duke?
Recently, yeah.
Well, he's in our basketball league. He's the commish in our basketball league. Yeah?
I think I'm in another league with him, because I'm sure I've done some trades with him. I can't remember what league it is, but I'm pretty sure I've done some trades with him in one of a dynasty league or something.
He's a solid. I mean, he doesn't make trades like this. I don't see it, but Duke must have something. He must feel that Jordan Love is going on a run. So you and I, we agree. Johnny has made his voice heard. Aberdeen Bucks is the hands-down winner on this. Let's go to the next trade. Now, there was a little bit of controversy here because we made this trade. We made this trade like 10 minutes before the games started. So I had to ask my opponent that I traded with. Wells is my opponent this week. And when I traded, well, I didn't have a wide receiver. So I had to ask permission to add Devontae Smith to my roster after the games had already started. I'm going to tell you, he said yes. And he didn't have to. And because he said yes, his team is going to lose this week.
You never trade. One of my gospel things in a league that I like value, and it's not just the 19th league I've joined that season. I never ever trade with my opponent that week ever. It is my number one principle.
It was my opponent until I'm like, oh, I'm playing you.
Never, ever, ever, because just like what's happened to Wells, he's been burnt. Nothing by you burned. In our chat. In our chat, you said you felt bad. No, but you shouldn't do. You shouldn't do. He shouldn't have done it. What's he thinking? Achane, I know he's 4-3. You're 2-5, but you've just beat him now, so it's 3-5 and 4-4. So you're one game away from leveling him if he loses again. And he's sitting on waiting for Achane to come back. Amon-Ra St. Brown's picked up an illness this week. I reckon you've given him food poisoning, just for the trade. Do you send him a package?
Well, I mean, I hate giving up Achane. If it was a dynasty, I probably would not have accepted this trade. It's a redraft. So for me, in the redraft, it's 100% hands down. But I would be interested to hear what Johnny and you say about this and not me. So, Johnny, if you can come in and talk to Pez, the two of you debate this and not me.
What do you reckon, Johnny? Do you reckon he's sending a food package over?
The trade didn't go through 10 minutes before kickoff. The trade went 2 hours before kickoff because I had it on my break. But somebody was out celebrating Halloween.
Yeah, I was a bit drunk. I might still be.
But I didn't automatically put it in. I did put a poll on the group, and as long as it got to 5 votes, then I would let it pass. Okay, because it was already started. And fair enough, at the point you only had 8 points when it went through. You just had the late touchdown.
No, I mean, Devontae Smith won me the game. If I didn't have
won you the game,
I would lose. I had to have him.
I know. Maybe, yeah. Because
the thing is, I would have won if St. Brown was there and we didn't make the trade. Maybe. I think I still would have won, right? How many points did St. Brown score?
Well, he's not played yet. He's playing tonight.
So. Oh, well, and then I think I would still have a solid chance. But
yeah, you still have a chance.
How many points ahead are you?
I'm just about to check that. Actually.
What's our total right now? Let me go.
At the moment, it is you're 238.51. That's you locked on that, and Crew Juggernauts are at 201.61 with St. Brown to play. I'm guessing.
So yeah, but don't forget St. Brown's got the illness.
But then, of course, Kelly had the mistake of obviously Everett was a late call-out, so he didn't actually have a tight end playing last night. So he's got 238 points minus another player who didn't play. So it's a good score.
I had 3 quarterbacks score 40-plus points. Howell, Burrow, and Prescott all scored 40-plus points.
Yeah. It's just yeah. 3 quarterbacks, now 1 quarterback league. So
let's talk about who wins the trade. I'm going to stay out. I mean, I like the trade for my team because I needed another running back. I gave up. I don't know what Achane is going to do for the rest of the season. He's a small guy.
I would say
get hurt again. So I would like to hear, and I'm sure everyone else would like to hear, Pez, who won this trade?
I'll probably disagree with this one. But...
Pez.
It's a hard one because when you think bigger picture,
redraft.
I reckon when's Achane back? How many weeks?
Well, he went an IR. So is it 2 more weeks or 1 more week?
2 more weeks. I think.
Is it week 10? Is it after their bye week? Yeah. So realistically, it's going to be week 11. I'd say
Uwe Kicks. I wish I knew who Uwe Kicks. What league is Uwe Kicks in?
I can't remember what his real name is. What is the real name of Uwe Kicks? We'll try and mind on for future.
He is saying hands down the Juggernauts won. Do you agree with?
I'm going to say long term the Juggernauts. I am going to say long term. Devonta Smith's just too.
That's not Devonta Adams. That's the Sun God and A-Chain for Devonta Smith.
Devonta Smith's too up and down. And
Tuberville Titans.
I'm just not bought in. I'm not bought into the Cowboys at all, personally. He might give you games here and there. I don't know.
I'm not bought in on Pollard. I looked him up. He's like the 14th running back right now. I think he's still behind A-Chain, actually. And A-Chain's been on the IR.
Especially come week 13.
EW Kicks is Everett.
I needed to shake it up. And, hey, when you're 2-5, you're willing to make trades. Johnny, who wins this?
Juggernauts.
Yeah.
It's
unanimous. I lost this trade.
They're the second highest scoring team in
the
league.
You can't do anything
right.
I can't do anything right.
But it does help you, obviously. If you get, you'll get the win this week. It could push you up to about.
You guys are sounding like my mother-in-law. I can't do anything right.
No, you asked. You're just replying. So, but that insult, I'm going off the screen.
All right, let's go to the next thing we got, Johnny. Questions with Pez. So, Pez, this is the time I'm going to grill you with some really hard-hitting questions. The things that will win Pulitzer Prizes. Are you ready?
Oh.
Are you ready? Question number 1. Johnny, do you have a question or no?
Yeah, let's go.
What is your biggest regret of the first half? Now, this can be players. This can be a trade. This can be anything you want. But let's try to focus it on the Orkney Bowl if you can. If not,
perfect.
You can expand. But go. What is your biggest regret of the first half?
I was going to say, if we keep it the Orkney Bowl, I'll say my biggest regret is being too cute in the draft, because I knew about the tight end premium, but not attacking the top quality tight ends. It didn't have to be Kelsey or Andrews. It's like your Hockenson. It's them teams that will pepper a tight end as a safety valve, because I've been
taking too late.
Yeah, my biggest regret was joining the Orkney Bowl in the first place. So I'm 1-6. I keep on getting swatted off everyone.
Is it a humbling experience?
Oh my God!
What is your record? What is your record, Pez?
1-6.
Let's let our listeners know how good their experts are. I'm 3-5 after this week. What is your record?
I am after this week. I'll be 1-7. I am awful. Oh.
I'm hitting the drum on that, mate. What the fuck? What?
I keep, so this is my thing. My biggest regret. My biggest regret is
that you have a 1-7 fucking team.
And it's fucking awful. I looked at it and think, was I pissed when I drafted this? What the fuck is this?
What the hell, man? How in the hell do you get 1-7? I was embarrassed at 3-5.
To be fair, my league has just got some teams that I keep on coming up. I just keep on having them games where I'll score big points, but that other team, it's IDP and it's tight ends. That's my biggest regret of the Orkney Bowl.
Yeah.
It's not drafting.
Who's your quarterback?
Oh, let's not talk about it. It's depressing. It's fucking depressing.
Tell me, who's your quarterback?
Right.
Lamar
Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson.
Your quarterback is Russell Wilson.
No, Lamar Jackson, 15 points this week. Fucking
Hey,
shit.
Craig, right now, Craig is sitting there smoking a joint, drinking his beer, saying, I told you, Lamar Jackson. And you know he is. So how in the hell are you 1-7? So what's your running back situation?
I've got Rashad White.
That's
Derrick
your
Henry.
RB1? Derrick Henry and Rashad White.
Yeah.
All right. So
I have James Conner.
Got to be better.
I have James Conner as well.
Who?
James Conner.
Okay.
But he's on the IR. So my wide receivers are Deebo Samuel. My phone's crashed. Deebo Samuel, Stephon Diggs, Drake London.
So you know what your mistake is? You have a 49er as a Seahawks fan.
Yeah. My biggest mistake was not doing an
Arthur Bachelor's timing, and fuck you, Seahawks.
I was about to mention something, but I thought I'd leave him alone. Nice of you to join us. But my biggest regret for the Orkney Bowl as well, it's the Titan Premium. It was the IDPs maybe not hitting on them early enough because they can win you a game. That Franklin's a fucking monster. And he's drafting. I was drafting bang in the middle. And I hate that. But I didn't do enough homework, to get the best out of drafting slap bang in the middle of a 12-man league. That's why my team's just absolutely dog shit.
And when you draft, you get there and you look at like 10, you see a list of like 20 players, and then you take the guy that you think, drafting is hard. Sorry, that's my alarm. I don't blame you for not dating the tight ends because I did the same. I did not draft tight ends until late in the draft, and I think that's what's killing me. Let's go to the next question, Johnny. Tight end premium is his biggest regret. So, hey, what's your biggest surprise? There's been a few things that has happened. Now, this can be real teams in the NFL or like the Steelers. They're doing well. Who knew? Me.
Matt is 0-8. At least I'm better than him. Jesus.
Arthur, hey, I don't think anyone is surprised that Arthur is 0-8 because he probably has Donovan Peoples-Jones starting as wide receiver 1. His whole roster are the freaking Cleveland Browns. Yeah.
My biggest surprise of the first half. When I saw this question,
I think Nakua.
I was going to say Nakua, but it's like obvious. So I was racking my brains when I saw this question for ages, and I'm still racking my brains thinking, what could it be? He scored 212 points and got beaten by 18 in his league.
I feel for you. Arthur, sign in. Come on, join the chat, Arthur. Johnny, send Arthur the link. Have Arthur join in. But yeah, I think Nakua has to be hands down. I mean, Addison would be probably my number 2 choice. Who do you think that Addison would be a top 10 wide receiver when there's Justin Jefferson right there? Everyone was going on the guy. Yeah, JSN being a top 15 guy, and he's not even in the top 50.
Do you know what biggest surprise of the first half of the season seems it was? How good did Will Levis look yesterday? Fucking hell, that was a surprise.
Yeah, 34 points, I think, in fantasy. 34 fantasy points. Yeah.
And that's the thing, isn't
Arthur,
it? It's don't overthink it. Just throw to your best player. Simple as just don't overthink it. Just throw to your player.
So I got a trade on Friday or last Wednesday, actually, that in a Superflex league, all right, with 16 teams. So if you take 16 in a Superflex, that would be 32 quarterbacks, right?
Jesus, that's
so
heavy.
Some asshole sent me a trade for Will. I have Will Levis, and they're offering a 4th round, and they are dead serious. Like, that is a great offer, and they don't understand why I think that's bullshit.
It is.
I think my biggest surprise in the first half is to realize there's a lot of assholes in fantasy league. Arthur, are you here, mate? Turn on your video, Arthur.
I'm trying.
All right. You take your time.
He doesn't want to. He's still wiping the tears away from his eyes.
Oh, that's harsh.
I think my biggest surprise is the Cleveland Browns are not 0-8.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Right.
Hell, I'm too harsh. I'm so harsh. I made Arthur leave.
Do you know what? Nakua, Achane have to be the biggest surprises. Like, who would have thought Achane would have done what he did? Everyone knew he was quick, but everyone was like, can he do it in the NFL? And as long as he can stay healthy, because he is a small guy, I reckon he'll be unstoppable for many years. Biggest surprise? Oh, there was one. Who was it?
Are you talking about the Dolphins? Mostart.
No, I was thinking of the question, and I was just thinking of, one of the top fantasy guys who hasn't performed.
Oh, well, there's a lot of those. There's a lot. Justin Taylor.
Boys, I'll be back in a second.
All right.
What's that, Arthur?
He'll be back in a second. I think he's sorting something out.
Well, hey, he no longer has the lunchbox. Oh, there, he's gone again. So give me a solid answer. What is your biggest surprise?
Biggest surprise. Do you know what? It is a big surprise for how hyped Jahmyr Gibbs was. How pedestrian he's looked.
Yeah.
He may have had a good game the last game, but if I wake up and see him do it again, then I'll be like, fair enough, I was wrong, I'll take it back. But one time doing it isn't selling me on that. For the hype that guy got, through the draft in the actual league and fantasy football, is crazy. And he's done nothing. That's a big surprise for the hype he got.
Yeah, I have 27 teams, and I think I have him on 5 or 6. And big disappointment for me. My biggest surprise would be actually your wide receiver, Jackson Smith-Njigba. He is not even on the radar of being important on his team, much less Lockett. Metcalf has put him on the sidelines. You got Walker, and Charbonnet had some good. We got some fine wine in the backfield there. And
you do know JSN won us the game.
Has been a nobody. You
do know he won us the game last night. You know he scored the week before, and he also had an operation on his hand just before the start of the season.
Yeah, you can have an operation. It's like, hey, saying Chubb is a disappointment because he has a broken leg. Come on, man.
Let's leave Chubb out of this.
All right, Arthur, what's your biggest disappointment other than your Browns?
He was meant to miss the first 2 weeks.
Sorry.
No.
Arthur,
you're gonna eat them words. You're gonna eat them words for when he dummies them Cowboys.
Hang on, Bez. Go ahead, Arthur.
My biggest surprise, who I seem to have picked up the other day, was New Orleans Saints tight end / quarterback. What's his name?
I think I'm starting to understand why you're 0-8. Taysom Hill?
Hey, in the last 2 games, he's just picked up 39 points for me. But I put him. Truthfully,
that's the guy you're starting, and you're proud that he scored 38.
No, that was he's starting as a flex. But my biggest surprise.
Use him as the tight end.
Yeah, biggest surprise. I think Puka Nacua.
Yeah,
Puka Nacua is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's playing great, isn't he? And I love it.
Oh yeah, Puka is
half of my teams, and I love it. I love Puka.
Here's another surprise for you because with the Jamar Weeks to score a rushing touchdown.
Who?
Like that surprised me. Bijan.
Oh yeah. Well, Brian Robinson, I think, has more points than Dijon Mustard Robinson.
That is really surprising, actually. I thought Bijan Robinson would have been higher scoring as far as rushing touchdown goes.
Look at you, Arthur. I love your sweatshirt. Look at you wearing the Browns hoodie.
Let's not start.
NBA.
NBA is back.
All right, let's go to the next question, Johnny. We're beating this to death. We're getting tired of it. Hey,
we killed that.
Arthur, I'll start with you since you're here. What is the player or players, I guess, that you would really want to really target and maybe you'd want to trade for?
Is this easily I would happily take
Nick Chubb.
Oh, don't I'm still upset about that. I'd happily take Bijan. I think Bijan's got a big second half of the season coming up.
Yeah, you think he's got the legs to break?
Yeah, out? I think the floodgates might just have opened.
They benched Ritter, right? Heineke came in.
Yeah, well, he's obviously Bijan Robinson's class. Who else?
Yep.
Oh, Travis Etienne.
I will say Etienne is a huge surprise for me. We should have put that in the surprise section. Etienne, I had an option of trading with.
That is true.
And I could have traded him the 7th pick in the draft, which would have been Charbonneau for basically Etienne. And I ended up picking Quentin Johnson. So I did not pick Addison that was available. I did not take the trade that would have got me Etienne. And I ended up with Quentin Johnson. So I'm really proud of that. I think, Arthur, you nailed it. Those are some great, great players there. What do you think, Pez? Who are you targeting?
Etienne's a great shout. It'll probably now cost too much money. No one will want to get him away, but you know who's a quiet one starting to build into it? One that might not cost you a lot, but if you've got like a decent team and you want like a piece that might help, Dotson for the Commanders.
Really?
Yeah, I just noticed his involvement's going up, and he seems to be getting. He just seems to be getting targeted more from what I've seen. Not like I look like a dumbass now when I look at it, but 23 fantasy points last week. His snap shares, he stayed around the same, but he had a dip against the Eagles. And he just seems to, like, his targets in the last 2 weeks have gone back up. So I just feel like, for whatever reason, him getting out, like, not being favoured, I don't know, he might be one. If you can find last year's form, you could get an absolute steal on your hands. Pitch.
I'm going with Pitts. You know, he has scored 19 2 weeks ago, 12 this week. Heineke loves tight end. You saw what he did with Logan Thomas.
So what?
Yeah.
Just to buy Pitts
is ready to finally come into a top 8, top 5 tight end. If you can get Pitts cheap, I'm going with Pitts.
Oh, changing the subject before we move on. Remember I messaged you the other day about that trade I got offered?
Yeah.
I kept hold of Devontae Smith, and it was actually in the Orkney Bowl. Kept hold of Devontae Smith. He got me 26 points this week. So yeah, I'm glad you advised me against that one.
Yeah. Well done, Nate. Well done. Yeah, I'm proud of that. Awesome. All right, let's go to the next question, Johnny. Johnny, let's have you have the first crack at this, if you don't mind, Johnny. What players are you staying away from, like you don't want on your roster in the second half?
Well, Kirk Cousins after being out for the season, bugger. Well, wait to see if the MRI goes. I'm not really too sure. I haven't really thought about it because there were Page's questions. But
don't tell me Pitts.
No, Pitts will be all right. Well, after the trade earlier on, Sky Moore will start. So.
Sky Moore. You're saying stay away from Sky Moore.
Kadarius Toney, there's a list. But no, that's a tough one, though, Ken.
I've got an answer on this one. Deshaun Watson.
Oh well, that's a given, that one, like. So.
Wow, Arthur, are you feeling well? Are you feeling well? Do you need to lay down?
No, Deshaun Watson can eat a bag of penises. I've got my 7-year-old here, so I've got to watch my language.
Wait, is that how the English say he can eat a bag of dicks?
Yeah, I've got to watch.
It's
my
got
language.
his kids in the background, Kelly.
Oh, my.
We're losing control here. Jesus Christ!
It literally just said, "I have my kid beside me," and then you go, "He's got eating a bag of."
No, he can't. He can't hear you, but he can hear me. So I've got to watch.
Well, that's okay then, yeah.
Well, motherfucker.
Right, we're losing control here. Right, players I want to stay away from.
Well, I'll
say control your co-host, mate. He's out of control.
I'll get the pork in control. Right. Packers wide receivers, Packers offense in general. You can't choose one to save your money at all. They're all like, he's just chucking it all over the fucking gaff and hoping for the best. And one for you to stay away from is, I'd say, Zach Moss. for me. And it might be controversial because he's still doing all right, but I have him in leagues, and it's so hard to be able to play him because Jonathan Taylor's there. But he keeps getting it done. But I know for a fact if you're in that situation where you've benched him and he's done well, he'll pull the stinker out of the bag because Jonathan Taylor will eventually take full control over that backfield. Last night he did that more. So I think it's only going to go up and up and up. And Zach Moss might get maybe goal line carries and stuff. If it's something you want to stay away from, I'd recommend anyway, unless you share luck with your running backs.
Well, Zach Moss got stuffed at the goal line twice yesterday after Taylor doing all the running there. So if he's not getting the goal line over, he's going to lose them too.
Well, I was praying so hard that he missed them because I got him on my bench and he scored.
It was like two yards out, he got stuffed twice.
I'm going with George Kittle. Stay away from the San Francisco tight end, George Kittle. He's not playing well now as far as fantasy numbers.
Oh, he did well last night.
Numbers going up anytime.
He did well last night.
I do know what you mean. Paul, by that, because he's had 2 weeks now that are really good. And so that gets you to buy back in. But once his Debo comes back, he goes back down to 5 points again. So I do totally agree with you there. Because he got 179 yards or something of offense. 179 yards.
Hey, we're looking for the next 8 weeks. Not what happened yesterday.
I haven't really actually.
Yeah.
You said I was to go first, and I didn't really get to pick a player because I was joking with Sky Moore. But I will go Tony. I will go Tony Pollard.
Yeah,
but he's not an RB1.
Who's not an RB1?
Tony Pollard.
Oh no, he's not.
Tony Pollard. That's a person I would stay away from.
Tony Pollard, you should stay. Hey, as a Cowboys fan, if you have Tony Pollard on your team right now, you should do your best to trade him.
Yeah. So that was my player.
Haven't you just traded for him, Paul?
Yeah, I know, but you know who my running backs are?
They're not good.
Gus
Edwards. Yeah.
He got 3 touchdowns last night.
I know. I was up against him in my home league.
Scored 33 points. You know who my Ezekiel Elliott is my running back 3. So now I've got Pollard at least. Right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So that's an upgrade. All right, Johnny, let's go to the next one. We're done eating this bag of dicks.
I have a good one in this one.
So, last question, Pez. What is the one thing that you would like to ask Sleeper? Like, hey, let's make some changes. Hey,
my biggest one is my biggest one, and I've spoke to Johnny about this in the past, is like us two crazy idiots who join like 60 leagues a year. It would be great if you could categorize your leagues. So do you know, like, put them into folders. So all your best balls, because that's the majority of all the leagues, just stick them in one tab. So like a tab that opens up like on your desktop, and just have them all there so it's a bit more congested, because it's crazy when you've got to look at them all. And 90% of them are best ball leagues, dynasty, thingy. So it's like 3 tabs: redraft, dynasty, best ball, and then you just go bam, bam, bam. Makes it all nice and tidy. I know it might not be what everyone else thought, but it winds me up.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And a commissioner tab. So you've got the ones you commission as well.
Yeah. What I would like to do, if you hit a player, it would show up in every league that you own it. And you don't have to go to the player tab and hit that little button and then leave the league. You can just see everything right there. Yeah?
Yeah. They already do that, Kelly.
No, but he means like for the only that it's on his team, not on everybody else's team. That'd be better.
My team only.
So if you get notification that you've got a player out, you have to go through every bloody league, drag down. Whereas if you hit a tab and it's only in your league, then it'd take a lot more time. I'm
like,
sure they could do that.
someone is out. You know, you don't want to have to get there and then it's a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. But if you can just hit the player and then see every team that player that you have on your team, that would be great. And you can make it a universal change, right? What do you, Arthur? You got anything?
No, I'm very similar to you. Like, I'll get a notification on a Sunday. I'm not in as many leagues as you boys, obviously, but I'm in, say, 6 leagues, and I get a notification say, Gus Edwards is out. Then I've got to go and find which league Gus Edwards is in. So I'd rather just click on Gus Edwards. It shows what leagues he's in, and then I can drop him from all the leagues if needs be.
Well, I have one that would be quite nice. I know it's actually cost one team a win this year in the Orkney Bowl, but the score adjustments. I think you should just come Tuesday. That should be the score. Don't change the bloody scores because it's not fair. Like Lagersville Lemon are now on 2-5 because they won last week. But before the score adjustment, they would be 3-5, but they lost out by 2 points because the player, like I think they took a couple of tackles off one player and made them joint tackles. And it's really annoying. It's a pain in the backside going through all the changing all the scores as well, to be honest. But once the scores come up, that should be it. Any score adjustment after that, ignore it. Don't. I know everybody wants to be right down to the key to the exact tackle, but it's a fantasy football league. You know what I mean?
Johnny, we got 9 minutes. Let's go to the picks.
Well, we're going to be quick 9 minutes, so.
I'm going with Lions.
Lions.
Jesus, he's not messing around. Yeah, Lions.
Well, Lions are my lock of the week anyway, so I'm okay. So
I mean, the Raiders are not playing someone in their own division, right? So they're going to lose. I mean,
and the Lions are wanting to bounce back after last week's hiding.
Drubbing, yeah.
And they're at home. That's always a good one. So
Lions.
That's the problem.
Arthur, who are you going with? The Raiders or the Lions?
I'm going Lions. Looking at the spread, Lions are 7 below anyway.
We're not doing spreads straight up. Lions.
No,
Raiders.
but I always thought Lions anyway.
Yeah. All right, Pez, who you got?
Lions.
John,
Lions.
you got?
Lions.
You got Lions. Let's go to the next one. We're all for all. Lock of the week. This is the one that Pez says, you know what? Listen to me. Take your rent money. Go down to the local, William Hill, and bet your rent money on this prediction. Pez, what is your lock of the week?
I don't know about that, mate.
You're not allowed to say your own, are you?
No.
Well, the rules are no more than +8.
And you're not allowed to use your own team.
No, you can. Of course you can.
Oh.
But don't worry.
You think the Browns are the lock of the week?
No, you're not allowed to use your own team because I was going to go Seahawks last week.
No, you're not because Pez wasn't allowed to pick his own team before, so you can't pick your own team for lock of the week.
Okay. Oh, shoot. All right, I'll go first.
But I will go for you, Arthur, and I'm going to say the Browns.
You've just changed my prediction now because you voted on mine and I don't want to vote against yours now.
I'm going Chiefs.
Against Miami.
Over Miami, yes. Now I love the Dolphins, and Duke is going to hate this because I will be pulling for the Dolphins to win. But I think they're going to come up.
You're going the Chiefs. I'm going to go the Browns.
It's in Germany, yeah. So.
Yeah. So what is your lock of the week, Johnny?
I'll go for the Bengals over the Bills.
Who?
The Bengals over the Bills.
Bengals over the Bills. All right. Yours is the Bills or the Bengals. What was yours, Pez?
I like it. The Bengals over the Bills.
Yours is Bengals. And Arthur, what is yours?
Saints over Bears.
All
I'm going to go
right.
the Browns
And then
over the
let's
Cardinals.
go to our underdogs. The
Oh.
upset. The upset of the week.
Port Page is going for the Browns over the Cardinals. He just likes my pick. So
All right. What are we doing for the
Yeah, I think there's a lag today.
of the week?
I think there is a bit of a lag, yeah.
Let's see.
So
I
the
got-
underdog of the week. So my underdog, I'll go for Miami. So we'll go against each other. So.
Oh. Interesting. You know what? I hate the New England Patriots. And that looks
Everybody hates the New England Patriots.
yeah. That looks real
Yeah.
enticing.
But
But I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
your own team.
I'm gonna take my team. No, we cannot.
No.
We cannot. Damn. Okay. We cannot. So I gotta change. Hang on a second. Damn it.
God.
So
Fucking hell. Right. Whilst you have a look, Pork, I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to say
yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to go with the Bucks against the Texans.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Commanders. I hate the Commanders, but I'm gonna go with them. They're gonna upset.
I'm gonna go Giants.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one, actually. Giants.
Yeah.
I think
Giants.
I think Jones might be back as well, actually, for that one. Hopefully, because I don't want DeVito.
By the way, my brother just
it's
sent me a
literally
message.
just come up.
My brother sent me a message. He was watching the show, and he told me that he got so bored he had to go take a shower.
Oh wow.
That's nice.
He's an
It's been
asshole.
it's not really been it's not been a good show to come on to. We've been very distorted today, but it's fine.
Well, in fairness, the first 10 minutes of the
actually
show was
clear.
you and Pez talking about the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So you probably got
Yeah,
more than that.
hey, you have to know my brother. My brother, he doesn't even know how to kick a ball. You ask him to shoot a basket, he's going to ask you what vegetable you're talking about. It's a vegetable basket.
Right. So have we all done our underdog?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going with the Commanders.
We have
Right.
Commandos, Dolphins, Giants, and Buccaneers. Between the four of us.
Right, perfect. And then
So,
right.
Monday Night Football.
We got 2 minutes, and we're going to wrap it up. It's going to be 1 hour show. I'm proud of that. And actually, you know what? I think we're going to do more of this question and answer to Pez, and with maybe Arthur or another guest if they like to join. But I do enjoy listening to Pez's insights. I think they're always interesting. Thank you, Pez.
No worries, mate.
Arthur, you've been wonderful, mate. And
I love coming on. It's always a pleasure.
great.
And this week
why-
is painful. This week.
Why is everything you say sexual?
There was nothing in that.
What?
You got a bag of dicks and you like to come on people.
Oh,
Right, get the
I think you're talking about Pedro.
I mean, come on, Arthur. This is a family show.
Lost it. Pork has lost it. Right.
Yeah, I've completely lost it, yeah.
Oh, he's
You're
completely
losing
gone.
it, Arthur. You're losing all reality with your words, my man. Thank you for being here.
Innuendos.
Yeah.
There's plenty of that.
Johnny,
yeah.
as always, being the producer, you are what makes this happen. You are the engine, and we appreciate it. And with
Oh, no,
that,
you're the engine today. So.
good night. And cut what
Oh.
Arthur said.